Okay, Lauren, so you're showing some definite improvement in the actual setup, and I think it's fantastic. At this point, I would like to have seen your first digital rendering, Lauren, and the only reason I say that is because this is our last checkpoint. This is due Sunday, so I really, really wanted to see some digital rendering so I can comment on your technique. So let's talk, but you are showing progress, and that's the important part. So let's talk about what we have here. So along that same vein, before I continue, I would like to say if you want to go ahead and move this into the digital platform and work this out digitally, repost, that would be fantastic. That way I can comment on your technique. Okay, so the way I see it, okay, and as you described, but that she's really little mouse, wait, a mouse sees the cheese as he is running into his little mouse hole, and once he is home, he begins thinking about the cheese. Okay, so this opening frame does a good job introducing the whole setting and the main character, right? But as you say, as you describe your narrative, he's running towards, and how did you put it? He sees the cheese as he's running into his little mouse home, right? But shouldn't he be headed this way? If he's running into his home, maybe we could have him running this way and looking back over his shoulder to see the cheese. That way, we know he's heading towards his home. That way, this second frame makes sense where he's in his home, and he's thinking about the cheese. Okay, so and then we can make. I know you have a lot of frames there, but maybe then we could show him coming back out of the mouse hole, or maybe even just a further depiction of this, where so that we can see the mouse hole there, so we can make the connection that he's out of his mouse hole now, climbing up the thing. So he gets up to the top there, and he's like, okay. I can't get to the, oh, wait a second, dental floss, which you introduced in the first frame. So that's great. So he gets the idea, go get the dental floss, pull it out. I love it from here on in. So he pulls out that dental floss and starts to rappel down the side of the thing. So there he goes. And then so he ties it to the sink. I love it. And he starts rappelling down and he starts enjoying the cheese. So it's really, really a fantastic narrative. But my question is this: is he eating the cheese as he's dangling from the line, or does he get the cheese, climb back up the line, and take the cheese home? If that's the case, we would want to say, okay, after this frame here, let's go back to the maybe showing him climbing back up the rope, okay, and then back down the broom. Then we show him in his little home enjoying his cheese, right? And I think it's good that you show the hole at the mouse hole, the door to his home, in the same perspective as he's inside. That's good reinforcement right there. Love the little mouse print tracks connecting the frames too. That's good stuff. All right, so as I said, it's really important. Well, if you can get something digital in by Sunday, that's great. I'll make some comments. If you're confident that you've got you've got a good technique going, then you can just go ahead and submit without any further additional comments. But that's really strictly up to you. I would say at this point, the most important thing is of course to depict shadow and highlight in a way that develops depth, dimension, and volume in each of the individual frames. And of course, back in week 3 was our color week, and accordingly, our Welcome to Week 3 announcement has all sorts of color tutorials, specifically associated with creating shadows and highlights in vector illustration. So you want to look at the 2 videos, as well as the 6 additional and the final 2 techniques. Really fantastic stuff here. I promise you, Lauren, you spend some time going through these resources, and I promise you, I know this sounds like I'm saying a lot, but if you go through each and every one of these resources, I can guarantee you're going to be a better illustrator when you come out. I promise you, it's that important. All right, so at this point, let me know if you have any questions. If you want to submit something digital, please do so. But I just want to let you know I'm out of the studio on Saturdays, so I won't be able to comment. So whatever you want, okay? Fantastic start. Thank you so much for sharing.